Hello, everyone. Well, everyone.
Nailed it.
This is our first premiere stream of DoubleTime.
Yes.
Yeah. Your mouth moved, but no audio came out. But so this is gonna be our new plan for DoubleTime, is effectively streaming it. If you don't know what any of this is our one-to-one campaign where we force each other to switch roles as DM and player. Our character has a way of doing that. Me playing Anna Dinhart, which you can see right down below. This amazing piece of art. Let me go to the wide shot of it so that way you can see it in its masterpiece. This is our mind library. Hey, Dragons in the Dining Room. Thank you for showing up.
Much love.
This was made by Lazy Goddess on Twitter. I will put a link in the description here shortly. But this is essentially where our character is. We have two minds in one body. While one person's in control, i.e. the player, the other person is sitting inside of their head, inside of this mind library, effectively. I myself play Anna Dinhart, the intelligent cleric herself, and then he over there.
I play Jester, the exact opposite of Anna.
Which is portrayed evenly in this library. I just love the fact. The left side with Anna is neat, organized, sturdy. On the right, Jester's is just disheveled. He's throwing knives and boxes. Anyways, enough gushing over this incredible piece of art here. We are going to be going into it here shortly. It's been... what?
I think the last time we recorded anything was like January. Was it that long ago?
It was before COVID. So we're going to have some canonical issues. There's going to be some discrepancies. A lot of things are probably going to go out the window. I re-listened to the episode. He didn't. So blame him for any...
I haven't had time.
Time. Anyways. You're sitting down playing this for 2.5 hours. 2 hours.
You're right, this is over. I'm out of here. I want to go listen to last week's episode. Last 6 months ago? Was it the last time it was uploaded?
Longer.
8 months?
It was something. Beside the point. Where we last left off, Team Trifecta, as we have been dubbed, have just made their way to, what was it called? It was Luskow? No. The hell was it called again?
Luskin?
Luskin, I think. Yes. The city of Luskin, north of Neverwinter.
No, it was Daggerford.
No, that was where we came from.
Was it?
That's how we landed. That's when Anna got her second spell tome. That's where we came. That's where we initially came from, and that's where... I'm going to get into the recap. I listened to the episode you didn't.
Fine.
I was just going to start from the beginning because it's been so long. So, we have been tasked by a fire giant to prevent the Elder Fire Giant Lord's plan to resurrect King... my notes page. King Snuor, who was killed in some sort of event that involved the mass slaying of most of the kings. In order to prevent them, we found out that they were trying to delve into the elemental plane of chaos by absorbing or somehow manifesting the energy from an ancient red dragon imprisoned within this large sphere above a veiny 300-foot wide dome, effectively, underground. Initially, the plan was to find and amass a force great enough to destroy them. However, it was very apparent that these fire giant lords had sway over the mind with just mere words, as other fire giants were forced to kneel. Even our invisible self almost was forced to kneel without being directed at. With that, we invoked help from the Drow and the Dwarves, two entities who have been effectively at arms with each other in the deep underground, as they have been trying to maintain home, space, and overall living underground. With the aid of Kaelin, our Drow female sharpshooter with a bow, and Akis, the southern dwarvish individual, we traveled to Daggerford in order to attempt to find the King Ingvar, which is the last of the original storm giants. He's the one entity who could potentially bring about a unison amongst giants and create a nation again. As the current red dragon, the current fire giants have broken the ancient rules, the ordning, and due to the breaking of that, it tore the nations and painted giants in society's sake as evil creatures regardless of anything else. So by resolving this, we are attempting to bring giant kin back into the revolution of society itself. It's a pretty big step. In order to do that, we need to find King Ingvar. And in order to do that, we had to use scrying magics to determine that they are somewhere in the Great Glacier, far north of anything that most society has delved into. Which is why Akis is coming along, as he can pick up small, if not livable conditions in the Great Glacier. In order to make it there with haste, as it would have taken several months, we traveled to Daggerford with this mage woman who aided in Anna attuning to a second spell tome, one that was of the late friend Eris, who had unfortunately passed away long ago.
A second time.
A second time. This time, for a very long time. But, taking on the legacy, the resolution of the Magi involved a single entity that is the brother of this mage woman, whom of which was a member of the Magi before defaulting and going against their views, thus losing an arm. Transporting us to Neverwinter, well, where Neverwinter used to stand, we traveled up north to Luskin, which was our passenger, I guess you could say, a friend in the Nine Hells that we rescued. You know, saying this all back,
it's a lot.
This is a lot. If you're confused, don't worry. It won't matter. Like I said, this is a 1-to-1 campaign where we forcibly switch roles as DM and player every real hour. There's some rules that we have in between those, like, for instance, since we are two different characters, we have two different stat blocks. Anna herself is a complete cleric, -1 level into wizard, and Jester is a mixed match of 2. So stats, apart from physical prowess, can differ, including spell slots, channel divinities, things along those lines. So if one wished to delve into the knowledge of another, there is a feature that we have, Split Mind, where we can once per long rest effectively do this. But just kind of sit back and enjoy the improvised and probably chaotic, as we're going to be trying to get back into this. If you're looking for a deep, dark, sort of story, I definitely recommend going backwards and starting with the second arc of this, because it was something. But with that as it is, we go into double time once again. So, Jester.
Hello.
You are standing effectively at the gates. They're less of gates and more so of just the entryway into a town that's littered with buildings amongst large pine trees. The city of Luskin itself is much more composed of wooden structures and I'm trying to find the song that I was looking for. It's mostly comprised of the wooden structures. There's a small spattering of people walking outside and inside, some carrying lumber. A lot of them are heavy lifting, and amongst the three of you, Akis, Kalen, and yourself, you're standing out a fair amount as you're carrying what looks to be several pelts of animals that you have turned into armors and turned into warmth for your impending Great Glacier travel.
We have never been here before, right? The two of us?
Never. The only bit of information you would have gotten is from Ben, back from the Nine Hells, whom of which was very vague in talking about his home. At best.
I can see why this place is kind of shit.
Is this exactly where you want it to be? It's a little off, but I mean, you are the one who understands what we're doing, correct?
This is Kalen.
This is in fact Kalen.
Yes, I know exactly what we should be doing, and it's here. We're here to get supplies, and to yes, supplies.
Great. Akis looks at you. I'm not trying to be rude, but, we're here for supplies? What kind of supplies are we gonna get here apart from trees?
I think about it, like, just for a really long time, like, more time than it should take. A toboggan. A sled.
A dog.
A build-it-yourself log cabin.
Build-it-yourself log cabin?
Yeah.
There's three of us. How big of a cabin are we talking here?
Pretty big, I imagine. Like, if we all chip in 5 gold, we could probably buy this
5 gold for a cabin?
Yeah. That's how much cabins cost, right?
For the first time since you've started this adventure, maybe a few hours ago. Actually, sorry, 4 days ago. Akis and Kalen are relatively on the same page for once.
Nice.
You can definitely see confusion and almost like a level of, are we really following this idiot?
I appear in between them with my arms around their shoulders and I nod. Yes.
It's not a double time episode, but don't forget to start the timer.
Oh. This brings me back.
It's alright because I got a timer down there I can actually pay attention to now on OBS. Well, as you're standing out here, it's currently day. It's in the mid-afternoon. And a lot of individuals have been more so going into the town, not leaving it. It seems people have been returning with whatever goods, whatever animals, or possible finds that they've found within the forest itself. From where you're standing, it's a little difficult to ascertain any significant landmarks. From what Ben said, Luskin is a very boring, very bland, and I mean, it's a town people forget.
Is it would this town be the equivalent of if IKEA built a town?
Less colorful than IKEA.
Alright, so just plain wood, but that kind of architecture.
Yeah. Picture the first village you find in Skyrim.
Oh.
There's
I'm already
4 buildings in your view. There's probably more, but there's 4 buildings in your view.
I'm already bored of this place. It's a city? Oh.
It's a town.
Alright.
It's a town.
Alright. I guess I'll start strolling around. Pretending to look for supplies, because I don't think we really need anything. But actually looking for our boy.
Looking for Ben.
Make
a perception check.
Oh, here we go. The first roll of the stream.
First roll of the D&D stream, and here comes something low.
You watch your mouth. You're right. That one.
Yeah. As you're walking around. Wow. We come back to this 8 months later, and you do that.
He's not even here. He's dead. He never made it.
Ben never made it back. So you're looking around. You're looking for someone who's trying to pretend like they're looking for supplies. You accidentally just end up looking for supplies and totally forget the real purpose of why you were trying to pretend.
I found some supplies.
A nice sheen amount of 50 hemp rope for about 5 silver.
We can hardly afford that.
With our budget, you're damn right. But you don't effectively find him.
Damn it.
Akis and Kaelin just look at you. What are you... You can fly. What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Aren't you... You're looking for rope? We have rope.
Is the shopkeeper paying attention right now? To us?
Probably, yeah.
Kind of be like, what's that over there? And then just put the rope in the bag.
Sure. You're gonna steal
Nice.
50 hemp and rope. It's 5 silver!
We're poor. I don't know if you know how poor we are.
We have 20 gold. That's half a gold.
But shiny things.
It's rope. It's not shiny.
I'm stealing this rope.
Right. Make a sleight of hand.
Ooh. Ooh.
Fuck. Missed the dice.
25.
You point. You're like, what's that? And funny enough, when you actually point, you see Ben. When you point over in that direction.
I'm just is that Ben? Rope in the bag.
When you look over and you point, you're like, oh, actually, that's perfect. And the tender who's there, he's a little tout man. He's got a little bit of some heft to him. He leans out. Hey, Ben! And as he puts his hand out to wave, your hand goes into the pouch, into your pocket.
Nice.
Or into the bag, rather.
Got some rope.
We stole diamonds, and you're stealing rope.
Do you want me to steal like a side table? What do these people have? We could build a log cabin. We're gonna steal everything.
Just steal a log cabin. I'll slowly make this. But no, you see Ben, and when the man points out his arm and waves, Ben notices you, and you can see that he's not on his crutches any longer. His one leg still kind of is stiff as he's sort of jogging towards you in a lighter fashion. The arm that was once in a cast is now out. You can see that the muscle's been starting to slowly develop longer and longer as time has gone on. Still not fully up to his demeanor that he was once as a builder in the Nine Hells, preventing the blood war from going beyond the walls. He runs up. Anna?
I look down. Am I in
You're in
your
Anna's.
skin?
You're in Anna's skin. I put the current appearance on the bag of holding page. I forgot this page.
I put him into like a. I put him into a low dip. Like I hold.
What?
Like if you're dancing, and you like dip your dance partner, you like hold them so they don't fall down, right?
Oh,
that
so you run forwards and dip him?
Yep.
Okay. He's substantially a little bit taller than Anna, so this dip is a little bit obscure. But you'd be able to, considering that one of his legs is stiff. He can't exactly like balance himself, so you more so take the opportunity to almost trip and drop him rather than a dip. But you are in a dipping position, sure.
It's been so long, my friend.
How's it going?
Good, I guess. It's cold up here. Why do you live here? It smells like wood and resin.
Well, that's the purpose of it. The cold air. Look, when I came back here after what we had gone through, I took one breath in and it all hit me. Cold air, it's nice. It's easier to get warm than it is to stay cool. So that
the entire time he's saying this, I'm just fucking coughing. Like you do if you've been like running inside and you go outside and you just start coughing. That's me.
Just to remind you, you do have the hot rock as well.
That's right. So it's not very cold anymore.
It's not. It's not cold.
Nice.
It's like soothing. Because Corwin changed the cold rock that we needed in order to go into the volcano.
That's right.
Jesus, this story. I'm forgetting all of it. It's just hitting me. The cold rock was changed to a hot rock so that because we're going to the Great Glacier. Just fucking stories hitting me. Anyways.
I pick him up before I drop him because we are, not very strong.
Yeah, we are pretty frail. What's our strength? 10?
10.
Yeah. So, what brings you to my neck of the woods? He kind of like does the elbow jab to you, like, ah.
I cry. We are, me, or us, and them, those two. We're heading north. Like, really far north.
Well, going much more north than this, you're going to run into some mountains. I mean, unless you take the river, and then you can kind of wind it up towards... Oh, it's been so long since I've been up there. Wickenbosch, something like that. And then if you go any more north than that, you're going to hit Blizzard. So best of luck there. This is more so like the most calm sort of atmosphere you're gonna get from going up north. Usually you don't go up any further, at least for the most part. I mean, we're already forgotten for the mostly.
So what you're telling me is that if I go up there, we go up there, we're gonna die? Or get lost in a blizzard?
Well, the winds are crazy up there. So I've heard. I've never gone up there. But people get lost in that wind. You lose sight of even people that are standing right next to. And, I mean, it's cold. Way colder than here. I mean, look around. Even right now, there's no frost on the trees. Once it starts dipping into winter, we're going to start, But, I mean, if you were to travel up north, this is your best time because it's not winter yet.
What time of year is it? Is it like fall?
It's pretty close to fall, yeah. So in like 2 months or so, it's gonna probably hit winter.
Hopefully it doesn't take that long to get back.
Might take that long to get up there.
Oh god. We aren't coming back. Alright, Ben, listen to me very closely. I grab Ben's head with both my hands. I'm just gonna hold him there. Ben, for 20 gold pieces, could you give us a build-it-yourself log cabin?
He pulls the hands off and gently lets you rest because you have to be on full tiptoes to grab his face and pull it down to you. But he grabs your side of your face now. Friend, 20 gold's not going to get you a door.
What can I get for 20 gold pieces? I hold his hands to my face.
6 feet. 6 feet. A very good starting campfire set with a good amount of lumber. But
what about, like...
For homes? Not much.
What about, like, some skis?
Could find just some skis, yeah. That'd be possible.
3 pairs of skis?
Yeah! Hell, I could probably make them for you.
Would you do that for an old friend who came with you from hell?
Of course.
Excellent.
I'm sitting around doing nothing. None of my friends here are going to let me chop down anything or help build anything, so I've just been sitting on my ass.
If you want to build us some skis, I won't say no. We can reminisce about... I was going to say the good times, but there weren't any.
The good times was leaving.
I suppose.
That was the best time. I could tell you about when I was traveling, but I'd rather hear what happened with, well, you said you were doing something for Waterdeep. You were traveling. You had to leave.
We can talk about that later, because that's another bad trip. Believe it or not, it got worse after we left Hell.
So you left Hell, and it got worse?
Yes. Much, much worse. Like apocalyptic worse.
I would say you've been through Hell and back, but it sounds like you've been through Hell and just tanked after that point.
We hit rock bottom, but rock bottom was actually just another layer of hell.
I'm glad we could make these hell puns. It's been, yeah, it wasn't a very good time. Anyways, I'm going to get work on those skis. If you need anything else, my home is just around the corner here. You'll see it because it's got all the flowers and people have been carving things, putting them outside my house. It's been very kind. It's just, I'm dying of boredom. My spindle's doing nothing.
Oh, I see you're actually dying of boredom.
Yeah. Other than the cool air, you sort of build to spend your time.
We'll stop by in a bit. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking around, realizing that there's nothing that we do here apart from build, and yet we're so small.
How do you... I suppose you don't need to buy goods because you can make your own.
What are we doing here? You can see
I
that
give
Ben's
up.
starting to go into like an existential crisis that you've
I slap
caused.
Get a hold of yourself, Ben.
Anyways, he takes off excitedly. You can actually see, like, when he's running, the stiffed leg is still, like, clopping behind him slightly.
He was always my favorite.
That's why I went back for him.
Oh, after you killed the sister? Remember that, Anna?
Look, don't worry about it. She was still alive! What are you talking about? She lived.
After Asmodeus stepped in.
Look.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, if you want to know any of the adventures of hell, check the first fucking arc of this game. Jesus.
Alright.
I don't even know where to go with that. So what are you doing? You have excited Ben to the point of where he's ran home.
I'm scared of Ben, for Ben. I want to go home with him to make sure he doesn't, like, kill someone.
Okay. Well, you round the corner, you can see him, like, rush into his home. It's not very far, but it's still a good few hundred feet away. The homes themselves are actually pretty well, like, distanced, leaving space for more structure and construction and building. So, as you're traveling to it, Akis and Kalen both look at you. So, you weren't kidding about going to hell. He's collaborating with you.
Yeah, we were in hell. We met Asmodeus. We briefly held the power of hell for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
A lot of people died down there. There's a lot of torture. You would not believe how much torture there is in hell.
See, this is... Most people would see this as bad, but this just means that literally anything is possible when we're with you.
A little bit of foreshadowing or fourth wall breaking. Because yes.
Wasn't intended to be.
Yes, you travel with me. You are bound to see some shit and maybe die. We'll see.
Well, I doubt that we'll die. At least I know I won't. Akis pitches in from below as you kind of have to look up to speak to Kalen. He lifts his arm to get into frame of your vision. Yeah, ain't no way we're dying here. We got more things, and I know I've got some friends back at home to get back to. You almost saw what happened when I told them I was going to leave. I had to lay down the hand a little bit. As that you have to recollect, because you didn't watch the episode, one of the other dwarves stood up when Akis said that he was going to leave with you and said, well, I mean, if you're just going to leave, then, I mean, I'm not going to stick around. I'm going to head out. And Akis sucker punched him straight across the gut.
I do remember this.
being teleported.
Got him.
So, if I'm not around, a lot of my people are just gonna probably take off. Leave our roots. And when he says that, Kalen pitches in, well, I mean, to be fair, they're not exactly your parts of land. Look, I'm not here to fight you.
Here we go again. We're not here to discuss all the issues between the dwarves and the drow. Quite frankly, I don't care. We're here to solve an issue that affects everybody. Yes?
They both simultaneously go, meh.
I slap them both.
At different angles. You have to do a weird...
Smarten up. My god.
Anyway, you make it to Ben's house.
On the way there, I ponder, if the snow gets too deep up there, will we lose Akkus?
Stilts?
I have another project for Ben.
Stilts?
Or like a flag. It's like a really long pole with a red flag on the top.
It's awesome. Where's Akkus?
He's still alive, unfortunately.
Aw, sad Akkus. I mean, he's got the most health out of everyone. He's almost got double our health.
Probably.
Anyways, making it to Ben's house, on the inside you hear... and just like the shaving of like wooden chips.
I knock on the door, peek in the window.
Peeking in the window after knocking on the door, you see Ben with huge, like, magnifying goggles on, and what looks to be like an extremely tiny tool. For his massive hands, the tiny tool looks to have been carving in a very delicate design on this length of wood. It looks like he's gotten maybe 5 seconds into a wooden block. So when he's shaving it down, it's pushing into it and starting to make that shape, but he has to lengthen it, and there's a lot of steps to his process. But after knocking, you see him put down the tool, the spindle slowly comes to an end, and he stands up, looks at you through the window, gives you a brief, like, nod, and then opens the door. Come on in!
This place you have here smells of pine.
Well, I just cut into some wood. It's gonna.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna take probably like a few hours, especially with 3 sets, 6. It's gonna take some time to make some sturdy skis. I have to also apply the solvent to it, make them sturdy.
I just nod because I definitely don't understand.
Neither do I. I'm bullshitting this. I don't know how to make fucking skis. I'm sure they're manufactured.
Probably are, but there's got to be
It's gotta be a start, right?
I prefer my skis carved by hand by some guy living in the Alps.
How to make wooden skis.
This is... Oh, here we go. The first tangent.
Oh shit! Well, that's a whole YouTube video. Anyways, are you doing anything during this time, or are you just gonna let him work?
I'll just catch up with him, see how he's doing.
Yeah, so he just puts back on the goggles, flicks back on, he starts pushing the pedal again, and it starts to crank up faster and faster. Picks up the tool, starts shaving and shaving, getting that smooth spin on it. The sound of wooden shavings just colliding with the ground.
Oh, very good. So, why do you live up here? Like here specifically? Couldn't you bring your trade anywhere?
I could, but I grew up here.
A winter air, am I right? Take a...
Sorry, that's the wooden shavings. Gets into the air unless you kind of like breathe it in a lot. Sort of resilient to it. But yeah, it's the cold air. I mean, when I was in hell, the heat of it was almost exact opposite of what I was living with. So, yeah, I mean, just staying here. I've had friends here. They usually go off, build their own home somewhere. A lot of times people come here and they just build something that they want to live in for a while, and then when they leave, we tear it down, use up the space. It's like short living for the most part. Some people do stay for a long time, i.e., for instance.
I get it. Hear me out. Would you be interested in, once this is all done, us, come back, pick you up, and then we go build like a vacation home somewhere?
I mean, depends on how long my limbs aren't fully back to top-notch quality yet. But, yeah, I'd love to build a home. The last time I built anything, apart from these skis, would have to be more than a year ago, I think. At least a big structure. So building another home somewhere, possibly over a cliffside so you can see the view. Still
internally, I'm like kicking Anna off a cliff.
Wow. We can fly, dipshit. She's just gonna fly back up.
Much love, Anna. We're in desperate need of a vacation. Or, a retirement. Can we retire? Is that possible?
I mean, I don't know. How much do your two friends know about you?
Small amount.
Okay, then I'm not going to say that. I mean, retiring at however old you are, you've been to hell. I mean, that for God's sakes, I would say that's retirement worthy.
All right. We are retirement age confirmed. Where is my pension?
Back in Waterdeep.
Damn it. That city doesn't exist anymore. Spoiler!
It was left at our home in Neverwinter, which is also now at Waterdeep.
No! my 401k. I can't believe this. All my bank information. My bank.
401k was destroyed when Neverwinter was uprooted.
Oh no, we're poor. All the stocks.
We've been poor.
Everything we had.
It's still in our bag.
Oh. Alright, I'm going to take a nap. Because I'm tired. Will you have the skis ready by, tomorrow? Maybe?
Yeah, I'll have them done by nightfall for sure.
Sure. We can have a nice supper. Actually, I'll see if I can get some food. I'll get some food, have a nap, we can have a nice supper, and then we'll take off in the morning.
Sounds great. So, are you going to go find food, or are you just going to make some food?
I'm, opening up the window and slithering out like a snake.
Okay.
I'll be back.
We're gonna stay here. Yeah, not to be prudent, but the glasses that your friend gave me still don't help exactly the most with the sun.
But they're so stylish.
No, they're not.
But they are. Round lenses are in.
They may be round, but they're bottles. They're bottle glass.
At this point, I'm yelling from down the street.
Yeah.
You look fine.
I got a sunburn on my eyes. What the hell?
You don't see the sun, don't lie to me.
I know. Like, that's the weirdest part. I have a sunburn for driving home from work. It's a 20-minute drive.
Yikes.
I'm that pale.
Already. I'll walk away from town a good distance, just to be like out of eyesight.
Okay.
And then out come the wings. It's time to go.
All right. So
Serious
stepping out.
Question here.
Yeah.
No, Jester wouldn't care. He's not smart enough to pick up on it. Disregard.
All right. Stepping out of line of sight, unfurled behind your wings, it's like layers outwards, almost like a metal exoskeleton, just. And been a little bit since you've used them, as you've been walking alongside Akis and Kalen. So, yeah, your metallic wings come out from behind you.
We're so heavy, but now our posture is perfect.
It is true. Jester, who is a slouch.
Is now perfectly straight. Yes, I am. Yes. I never am, but he is.
Neither am I.
Oh.
I'm actually in good posture right now.
I'll fly up in the sky, like just above the trees, to see if I can find anything. Any animal or some such.
Okay. Make a perception check. Or make a survival check, actually. This one will be survival.
I mean, it's the same thing, so here we go.
Well, I mean, I was giving you an option.
15.
15. Okay. Kind of getting a more aerial viewpoint of this and seeing the ground itself, seeing parts of trails, you're seeing and hearing animalistic noises, and you're almost watching very carefully, just trying to find any sort of creature to just pick up for food.
Mercilessly stab.
And as you do, there's a moment where, because you're probably, like, how high up would you say you are?
Like, just slightly above the trees. But I imagine these trees are pretty tall because they've been here for a very long time.
Yeah, so...
like 100 and some feet? Like, is that reasonable?
Probably like at 100 feet. So you're paying close attention, and for a second you see just like three trees to your right, just kind of like whisking past in the tree line itself, not on the ground.
What the fuck?
What do you do?
I just, like, pay attention to it, but I'm looking for food.
Keep searching? Okay.
Yeah.
As you're just paying more attention, kind of being more weary of the uproots or the upper portions of the trees, you keep hearing behind you just rustling.
Alright. In that case, I will cut straight up and then just, like, hover up there and look down. See what the fuck is going on.
Okay. Going straight up, looking down. There's several trees around you, but then also off in the distance that are just kind of like rustling. You can only see them because the trees themselves are kind of shaking softly. And in that moment, one of the trees that's near the base of below you, which is still pretty far now that you've kind of gone straight up, off on one of the outlying branches, there looks to be like a pretty large ape sitting on top of this branch.
What? Anna? Do any of your books talk about tundra apes?
Probably. I mean, you hear some page rustling. mean, animals will adapt to wherever they are.
Are they?
Primates like this would probably just be trying to live.
I wave at them.
You only see one.
I wave at him. Them? It? Hello?
As you wave, it like looks up, jumps off the tree branch, goes into one of the trees, leaps off a fairly far distance, like probably a good 20 to 30 feet leap from where it was perched, and just you start to hear the trees rustling again.
Did I get a good view of this thing? How big is this ape?
It's fairly large. It's probably like relative size to Akis, maybe a little bit smaller.
Okay, that's not as big as I was thinking.
No, it's not a giant ape.
It's a Yeti?
It's roughly probably it's Chewbacca.
Oh no! He has a gun.
It's probably like 3-4 feet tall. Very average height for primates.
Fine. I'll fly down. I'm willing to give this thing a try for passiveness.
So you're letting him? What'd you say?
I'll fly down like in the tree. I'll land on the tree and see if it comes to like kill me or something.
Okay. Yeah, you land on the tree. For a second there's like nothing. Trees rustling, just psh, psh, psh. And you see like in the tree directly in front of you as you're kind of just like looking around, lands on another outcropping of a branch. This time this branch is a little bit smaller, so it's actually like standing lengthwise, one arm around the trunk itself, or at least as much as it can, balancing on like 2 feet directly next to it, or on 1 foot.
I just watch it watching me.
It's great because I'm looking to the right to look at Discord, and then I look over on OBS, and I'm looking at you on on the overlay.
I'll put one of my hands just like on the hilt of the dagger, just in case something,
As you're like moving your hand, and it goes in a little bit lower. You see him. Whoop.
I let go of the knife, and then I do the hand trick where you're like, "Oh, I got my thumb."
Make a performance check.
I have quite the bonus to this.
I know you do.
I needed it. 17.
Man, you almost failed at performing for this monkey.
Oof.
Tough crowd. Was flinging his poo. It was hard to pay attention. So you do that. You do the thumb thing, and he looks bored. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh. Off crowd.
He looks at you and is almost like bewildered by the removal of the thumb. And when he does, he gets like slightly scared and like leans back. He spins himself up a long part of the trunk itself, and now he's on like the other side of it, behind a very large portion, with his head just kind of peeking out.
The next step, I do 2 thumbs at once.
Whoa! As you do that, you can hear rustling behind you.
Oh no. Knife is drawn. I'm ready.
Knife is drawn. You draw the knife, and in that moment, the the monkey that was like directly in front of you. And he vanishes into trees. The shaking of the tree that was near you vanishes as well. It just goes off into the distance.
They're gonna come back. I'm scared. We need to find an animal and get out of here, Anna.
You're so paranoid. What the hell?
Quickly, Anna. Anna.
They're just apes. That's all I'm doing. Not every single thing is out to kill you.
I don't believe that for a second. That's why I'm armed.
So what are you doing? Gonna go look for...
Back to looking for food. I'm not gonna kill an ape. That just seems bad.
Easy enough. You find some like tracks for probably what looks to be a deer of some kind or a stag, and you quickly come upon it very cautiously grazing.
That's a terrible plan for later. I love it. I'm gonna kill this thing. I'm gonna sneak up on it and just, like humanely, like a hunter would, just end this deer for my.
Nah, I thought you were gonna slit both of the legs and let it run.
Well, I was gonna find like 13 of them and then like tie them all together and pretend to be Santa, but I'm pulling them instead. So we're just flying through the air. Does that work? DM?
If you had an athletics check.
I could get Ben to build a sled too, and then he could sit in it.
And you're the one carrying all this?
Yes. Enlarge, reduce, invisibility.
Both are concentration.
Find a wizard.
Anyways, but you definitely are able to very quickly just kill it in a humane way, immediate, no pain sort of deal.
Excellent, just like I was taught by myself.
I'm not gonna have you roll for it because then if you failed, you just go find another one. Like nothing's gonna change.
I'm a master hunter, never forget.
But yes, you catch a deer.
I don't know how to field dress a deer. I don't think Jester would.
Probably not. Do you also have,
It was Kaylin who field dressed the wolves, right? She was the one who got all the... Yeah.
Yeah, you also don't have, a skinning knife. You have a knife.
In the bag.
Alright. Stick them in the bag. How heavy is our bag holding right now, anyways? Probably don't have a whole lot in there.
I don't think we do, like at all.
Oh, we've actually got a crap ton of things.
Don't lie to me.
We do!
I mean, if we have to drop something, I'm willing to part with the big-ass chain.
No, we don't have to drop anything. Random question. Are those purple evocation rocks still functioning?
No idea.
I mean, I guess Jester wouldn't know either. Doesn't matter. We're the ones wearing the goggles of night, right?
I think so, because we don't have
I don't
it,
think
right?
we have dark vision. No.
They both do, so we must.
Yeah. I'm just going through all this. Oh my god, we have so many things that are random.
Sam Fisher style night goggles.
Got a green light right above them.
Perfect.
Looking like a spider in the distance. So yeah, you have the deer stowed away privately.
I hope it doesn't bleed on our other stuff. That'd be bad.
That'd be unfortunate.
Alright, time to go back to Ben's. Does Ben have like a yard, or is it just like...
Yeah, he's got a fairly large yard, in fact.
Nice. He must have a backyard then as well. She can do it back there, hopefully, out of sight.
Out of sight.
I don't want Ben to lose his reputation.
Fair enough. So you go back to Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Discreetly landing outside of the town, refolding in the wings, walking in, I'm imagining? Or are you just diving into it?
Gotta maintain that we are just a person.
Okay. So yeah, as you walk in, and because feasibly only like an hour has passed. Not a whole lot of time would have passed for this. So the sun's still fairly up, and you walk into Ben's place. Akis, Kaylin are still there. Ben is still on work. Now he's shaving a length of what looks to be a large crescent, flat-ended sort of plank of wood.
Interesting.
He's finishing one. He's finishing one ski.
I see. This is stunning work.
No, it's not.
Okay.
In fact, it's almost like a block of wood.
It was. You haven't done anything.
I rolled a 1.
It's been an hour.
It's been a long time. Like I said, I'll get to you. Now it might be in the morning.
That's fine. That's fine. We're here till tomorrow morning. Anyway, it's all good. But we do have to leave before winter. I just want to point that
out. Skis are done. Oh, it's summer.
Damn it. We've been here a whole year.
Just ski in the dirt. So are you just waiting, or what are you doing?
Kaylin.
Mm-hmm.
My friend. Come with me.
I mean, that's a stretch.
Acquaintance. Kaylin.
Associate.
Is that better? How about colleague?
Yeah, associate, colleague.
Alright. That works. Internally, my heart just breaks. I just want some friends to go on an adventure with, not a colleague.
You build friendships on an adventure. You don't start an adventure.
I want
with
friends, not friendship. Kaylin, I do not know how to dress a deer, but I've got this deer. Would you be kind enough to teach me?
Oh, that's sweet. You want to pay attention.
Fine. I just open up the back window and shotgun the deer out of the bag. We'll deal with it. I don't want to deal with you right now.
The nearest window?
Any window towards the back of the house.
Oh, okay.
Or to the front yard. Whatever window's closest, I guess.
Window that's closest is definitely the one right out to the front door.
Just...
Yes. So you go to the nearest window out of embarrassment. Fine. And this full deer just goes legs up, toppling onto the ground. Well, that didn't seem necessary.
Neither was that. I ran away crying.
So you're not gonna watch her dress the deer?
No.
All right, then time passes. A good couple hours pass, and Kaylin has finished dressing the deer out on the front yard. She has like what looks to be several pigots embedded into the dirt nearby where the length of the pelt is being pulled so that way it has like gravity pushing down on it. And she seems to have like tied very expertly has just removed a lot of the innards and the pelt itself. So she has wrapped up the bundles of meat and with twine.
Wow, that was excellently done. I
If you
say,
were there,
because
you
I don't
would
know
have
what
been
you
able
did.
If you were there, you would have been able to see it.
Maybe we should keep the child insults just to a minimum. We are colleagues after all.
You.
We're not friends, we're colleagues. Business partners?
your eyes.
Am I wrong?
No, I mean, that's fair.
Akis is now my friend.
Hey, Team Trifecta, and he flexes and puts his arms into a triangle.
Oh, maybe not. Alright, if there's one thing I know how to do, it's how to cook food. I am an expert chef. I come from a long line of expert chefs. I will make a beautiful, bounteous meal for everybody to partake in.
I don't believe you.
I want to make a deception check.
I really don't believe you.
Oh no. That is 30.
All right. Maybe I believe you.
I'm doubting your
30?
teammates. I can't believe this.
30?
I have plus 11 to my deception.
Damn. Yeah, that definitely beats whatever she rolled with a 19.
Oh no. But I think she might also be expert in... Oh no.
She's only level 1 in Rogue, I thought.
Oh, she's good though, is the issue. No.
Insight.
Close, but not quite.
Not even
24.
close. Yeah, 24. You got 6 more up on her.
I mean, it's pretty close, all things considered.
I guess. So,
Want to fight about it?
Are you going to try to make some food?
Yes.
All right, well, now you have to make, God, what would that be? Survival? No. You're good at survival. What are you
Sleight
bad
of hand check.
What are you bad at? Something intelligence-based. Nature. Let's go with nature.
Oh, flat roll. Here we go. Bless me, dice, please.
3?
6?
When she hands you the bundle of meat, there's a moment where you're like, what part is this? You're
Do we
holding...
eat?
I don't... You just go to the back and just put it onto a searing pan.
Anna, how do you cook food? Do you cook?
No, I just make food.
Oh, fuck. Wait. I put the meat in the bag. Anna, hear me out. We need some food, please.
You're gonna use the split mind feature to get access to her 3rd level spells.
Yes.
3rd level spells and spell slots. Is it 3rd level? I'm pretty sure it's 3rd level.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Create Food and Water is 3rd level.
Yeah, it's 3rd level. All right. So there you go. You have access to her 3rd level spells and spell slots.
38, Food and water. I conjure 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water in Ben's kitchen.
My phone thought it was funny.
Oh, I'm really cooking up a storm in here, Galen.
Bountiful, but it's gonna taste like nothing.
She doesn't have to know that.
I mean, she's gonna eat it. Are you gonna stay in control?
No, not at all. This is your problem now.
Great. Fuck. I also just now realized that this is gonna get weird because I'm not gonna know what you're doing, so I'm not gonna be able to prepare the songs that play before they happen.
True. I intended to start using this for Lightbringers. Anyway, so maybe teach me someday?
Yeah, I'll teach you later. I mean, we'll probably still be on after we finish.
Sure, sounds good.
Cool. We still gotta get that XCOM thing ready.
Yes. So Anna can get gunned down again in cold blood by a teammate.
Anyways.
That never happened.
What are you doing?
Alright. Anna. You...
Yes.
It feels like after almost 8 months trapped in the mind library, you find yourself in control of the body for the first time in a long time.
Oh, I've read all these books dozens of times over.
You are standing in a kitchen. Ben's kitchen. You're fully aware, right? That's what we said?
Yeah, we know of what was occurring. We can see, hear. Just for our sakes, that way not the first 15 minutes of every time we're switching is just us telling each other what was happening.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense. Alright. So, you now find yourself trying to make sense of Jester's mess. You have a fuck ton of bland, spell-crafted food, and he said he was going to make a master meal for everybody. There's a hot pan on the wood stove, kind of just there. There's a full cooked chicken created by the spell. It's kind of in the pan. You can see as it heats up, it kind of just liquefies and turns kind of like this gray mush.
God, ew! I just toss the pan in the bag of holding.
All right, marking down hot pan with soggy chicken
with gray matter in it. Whatever that is, it won't stay hot. It'll just be hot when I go to grab it within 10 minutes. I would imagine that Jester had made at least some amount of venison or deer, but it's all chicken.
Rolling a survival check to see if Jester would know what venison is.
I'm sure we've had venison. I'm sure we've eaten venison.
Probably. Yes, there is some venison. Like a couple plates worth. Not enough for everybody.
That's fine. I don't need to eat. Because it's all going to taste the same anyways. Oh, Jester, why? What was the purpose? I will... Being that we've walked in here, I'm going to pick up several plates and walk out only a few moments later with fully cooked and spiced venison.
Everybody just stops, just dead. Even Ben puts down his wood crafting stuff and he just turns towards you. He's like,
"You don't have a whole lot of time.
You've already made food?"
I'm a master chef.
Fair enough. Doesn't meat have to cook first?
Maybe not in taste, but at least in speed.
Everybody looks confused. That's not how... You can't just... Meat doesn't... No.
Have a bite. It'll prove it. It's fully cooked. It's just maybe different. You can eat raw meat as well, for the most part.
Actus is like, yeah, this sounds good enough to me. Walks over to you. Holds his hands up above his head because he can't reach.
I lower a plate down of venison to him.
Oh, much obliged, much obliged. Goes and sits down at the table. Fork and knife.
Hopefully Ben doesn't open his fridge anytime soon, because that's probably what's holding on to the 30 fucking gallons of water. Atkins' face.
Not the worst thing I've ever had, believe it or not.
I believe it.
Definitely not the best, but definitely not the worst either.
Ben, it's our favorite from hell.
Starts crying. You like look over your shoulder briefly and you can see this puddle slowly forming out from underneath the fridge.
Would anyone like a drink?
Akis, yeah, I'll go for a drink. What do you have? Ben,
fridge.
What do you have?
Ben? You got water? Yeah, you've got water.
Well, I normally just go outside, and Akis is already in the kitchen. He's like, in here? In this weird box-looking thing?
Yeah.
He's gonna make an insight check. Make a deception check. He's like standing in a puddle of water that's like oozing out of the fridge.
Deception?
Mm-hmm.
5.
Natural 20.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered then, would it?
I'm actually not too thirsty at the moment.
All right, suit yourself.
Caleb.
What I will do from this distance, because he's like right in front of the fridge, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna mage hand the door open.
It's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. What the fuck is this? He like just full on dives out of the way, right onto the fucking floor. Oh! Water just pours everywhere, floods the kitchen, rushes into like the main area of the house, floods the house. Washes his floors though, cleans up all the sawdust from his skis. What? Why was there so much water in my kitchen? Anna, what did you do?
Don't look at me. This was Jester's whole spiel.
I'm gonna have to change these floorboards now unless we clean this up.
Ow. What's the ground made of? Wood?
Like the actual ground? Or like the floor of the house?
The floor of the house.
Wood, obviously.
Yeah.
Like everything else here.
I realized my plan to fix it would not work. I will ritual cast an unseen servant to slowly push the water away.
You summon like this invisible specter, more or less. And it has, you can see like this floating like squeegee, like one of the big like floor squeegees. And it just starts like slowly pushing the water out of the house. Like out the front door. It's gonna take him like forever. Literally forever.
Hey, I can make this as long as I need.
Akis is completely soaked. I'm gonna go change into something dry.
Fair enough. I will just prestidigitate the water off of my boots.
Just your boots? He's like, well, that's mighty fine. I'm gonna go change.
You don't want to be walking around, you'll get trench foot.
Walks away, doesn't say anything else. Caitlin is just there, just observing, just shaking her head.
I'm just gonna let time pass.
Caitlin eats the food. Caitlin is surprised by the food. It has a second plate.
Look at that. Told you it was good.
Ben has some food, he cries the entire time. But then some time passes. Is there anything you would like to do as the hours wane tonight?
I can't realistically do a whole lot. No. I have Eris's spell book has some spells in it that I won't be learning anytime soon. So I could use them as... Like, the highest that I'm gonna get ever in Wizard is to 2nd level spell slot, so everything beyond it is just, at that point, spell scrolls. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna let time pass.
All right. Yeah. You have your meal. Nobody says anything about it. Nobody seems super enthused about it either, but they eat.
Deal.
Your unseen servant has to get resummoned like 6 times to like fully dry out the floor. But you saved Ben's house, so good for you. He finishes a ski, a single ski.
We're gonna be here for a few days.
Better settle in.
For God's sakes, Ben.
As you're
It'd be
heading
easier
off,
if they were made of stone.
as you're heading off to sleep, he vows to you that he will have them done by the morning, and he will not sleep until then.
Could easily. There's probably some big rocks and stuff around the city at some points, or at least like
For sure.
outside in the town, or not in the town, in like the forest. Could easily
make some-
ruin Ben's night and just go to a rock and make skis out of them.
Stone skis. I mean, you could definitely try if you want to.
I mean, I have stone shape. I could literally just make... could just turn the rock into a billion fucking skis.
Skis have to be 6 feet, don't they? 6 or 7 feet.
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
axes would be substantially shorter because he's tiny, but they gotta be long, right? Cross country skis? I don't know. I don't ski very
The
often.
average ski. Yeah, I don't ski ever. They're not that long. They're not longer than a human. For the
Cross
most
country
part.
skis would have to be, wouldn't they? I know downhill skis are pretty short.
Maybe a snowboard. Like, snowboards go up to a person's height. I don't know the height. I don't know how long skis normally are. How long do skis have to be? Oh, wow. No, yeah. So, like, they're relatively at or a little bit below the designated height. So, like, a skier who's 6 foot, a skier's height in centimeters at that point is 183. The suggested ski length is 170 to 190. I can still only affect 5 feet anyways, and nobody else is above 5 foot, so.
Sure.
Fine, I guess,
I mean, you
guess
could.
Ben will make
Stone
them.
skis.
No, I'm not gonna
They
do
wouldn't
it.
work very well. I'm not gonna lie to you, stone skis would not work very well.
Yeah, they'd probably sink. Wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be very, very useful. Emergency skis could make tennis rackets. Some snowshoes.
As you dream, as you sleep, you have a nightmare.
Oh, let me change the song. I knew it was coming. I'll just set the volume to low.
You remember this moment. This was something that happened semi-recently. I mean, this has all happened semi-recently. You look around you find yourself sitting on like this throne at the top of this like dark stone throne room, like where court would be held, kind of thing. You recognize this place to be Castle Ravenloft. We were here briefly when we tried to flee from Strahd in Hell. Spoiler. When you banished us back here. The doors at the far end fly open, and you see Strahd stalking towards you.
Do I have a feeling that this is Jester fucking with me?
Make an insight check with advantage, as you share a head.
Insight?
Yep.
24.
It is not Jester.
That's not good. I don't like that. I like that much less now.
You see he stalks towards you, like full tilt, almost like running at you, with his claws outstretched, and you can see like he has his fangs bared, and he lunges for you. But as he gets closer to you, you see like the skin begins to flay off of him, and you see underneath is like a second face, like almost like he's wearing a skin suit of himself. And as like his skin peels off and like whisks away across the room, you see yourself. Full-on vampire. Even paler skin, if that's possible. Blood red eyes. And just as this fake you grabs you, just before she sinks her fangs into you, you wake up.
Well, that was something.
Akis is sleeping in the same room as you because Ben's house isn't very big. Kaylin decided that she would sleep in the yard because she doesn't like any of you.
Doesn't she
but Akis is there. Like, yes.
Doesn't she not sleep?
Trances? She's sitting at the dining room table. Do drow trance?
Yeah, they're still elves.
Fine. Yeah. I won't dispute that now. Maybe later.
Right, yeah, maybe later.
She's just trancing in front of her empty plate of food. She hasn't moved all night.
Like 40 pounds of food.
Akis wakes up and is like, you all right there? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm fine. It was just a rough night. Cold air, I think, is getting to me. Might be coming down with a cold.
Make a deception check.
Well, I'm not very good at that.
With disadvantage, because you are, cold sweat and stuff. Obviously not well.
I mean, disadvantage, will a natural one do any good with that? The other one was a 16, you turd.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
Akis, you suck.
He sits up and he's like, alright, listen here. We're Team Trifecta. Flexes. Now look.
You're right, I'm sorry.
Me and my boys, we travel a lot. We see lots of stuff. Lots of bad stuff. In my spare time, I have taken up the role of counselor to help them parse through everything that they see, help them find some peace, or even some semblance of normal life. And you see he reaches into his bag and pulls out a little book, like a clipboard. He's like, I don't want to pressure you into anything here, but if you want to talk, I'm here to listen. That's what friends do, right?
don't think any therapist in the world would be prepared to hear what we have gone through.
I had to justify to one of my boys who watched his brother get ripped in half by a troll, have his guts sucked out, and then put back together backwards, and then thrown at him, that he would be okay.
And
He's okay, more or less.
well, no, I mean, and then what? Like, what else happened?
To that same guy.
Let's put this into perspective here. You don't know a lot about me. You don't know a fair amount of the history. To put it lightly, let's go with this. The reason I can change my face is because someone made it to be like that. I wasn't born, I was made. Okay. Next, the same person that said created me and the other half was attempting to use us to get to the material plane. A vampire lord from the Shadowfell. Now let's also put that into perspective that individual took a shred of identity from the Mount Celestia or Isengard. I'm not exactly sure which. Is it Isengard? Which one's it? Is that the one with the Tree of Life?
Yep.
Okay. And took the identity of two Watchers from there to paint our likeness. Now, with that in mind, self-identity crisis is already fully being out in the open there. This individual used our creation to effectively come to the material plane, kill the Lord of the Nine Hells, become the Lord of the Nine Hells for a moment, or at least having the power of the ruler of the Nine Hells, and then we had to kill him. Even though we killed him, he was a part of one of our halves' memories because he shredded a segment of it a long time past. Once we extinguished that, then the same sort of circumstances later down the road when we find out after the Magi, which you knew about, after the Magi, we met with the two people that gave our likeness that this individual took the identity of to paint us in, told us that we were to bring about the end of everything. Now I just had a nightmare of the same individual.
He gently closes his book, puts it back in his bag.
And that's scraping it.
You two have been through a lot.
Yeah. That's why I'm pretty sure any therapist, shrink, religious figure, God, probably isn't going to be able to say that it's going to be fine. Because the thing is that before this nightmare, they all have been fine. We killed the man. We wiped them from our memory. We've existed, brought about the end of a extreme cult organization, and are now on our way soon to bring about Giant Kin back into light. Everything is fine. It's just a nightmare. A bad dream. So do you need anything else?
No. No, I'm sorry I bothered you.
You're fine. You didn't know. It was just.
He goes back to bed. He just goes back to bed. Doesn't say anything else.
Okay. I check
You
on
sleep your
Ben.
night?
How's Ben doing?
Ben, I want to just roll a d6 now. That's how many more skis he's made. 2. In like an hour and a half-ish. Not bad. Really picking up the pace.
Oh, I thought we slept.
Oh, this is like the middle of the night.
Oh.
Who wakes up from a nightmare in the morning?
Me.
Who like sleeps the whole night, has a nightmare, is like, oh shit, I had a nightmare, and then wakes up in the morning.
I feel called out right now.
What?
Yeah, I've absolutely woken up from nightmares, like, by my alarm.
I can honestly say that's never happened to me.
Oh,
but
well,
sure.
Good for you.
You are Anna.
Solid.
Alright. So you sleep the night. In the night, Jester tries to make you better by putting on a play. Like a very low-budget play.
It's like the Muppets.
There's like a really like shitty cardboard cutout of Strahd, and it like turns into a bat, and then Jester has like an actual bat, and like beats the piss out of this fake cardboard bat, and then lights it on fire.
That'd cheer me up.
And the whole stage lights on fire, and he's like, oh god, the library. And you have another nightmare about the library. He's like, where's the fire extinguisher, Anna? He saves the library. You wake up in the morning. Smell smoke. Everything's fine.
Cooking smoke?
Now, like, burnt library smoke.
Oh.
Everything's fine. Ben has some food prepared in the morning. You can tell he hasn't slept. He's like heavy bags, bloodshot eyes. It's like shaking a little bit. Beautiful breakfast spread, everything you could possibly want.
Jeez.
In the corner are 6 skis. I am a god. You can see his hands are just covered in like bandages and like splinters and shit. I did it. And I made breakfast.
Now I know I just slept, but I don't know if this is gonna help him, but I'm just gonna give him some sort of healing, just to give him something. I'm just... I'm just gonna help you. Go to bed. And I'm casting suggestion on you to go to sleep.
Is that a wisdom saving throw?
It is in fact a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna roll disadvantage because he's dead tired. What is your spell save DC?
It would be... I need to write these down. 15.
15.
He passes?
No, I know you want me to go to sleep. I can obviously tell that's what you were trying to do here. Thank you for your, like, kindness. But I'm going to go to sleep anyway. You didn't have to attempt whatever this was.
Well, thank you for the skis. I take the varying sizes of skis as they're for different people.
They are. The medium-sized ones are for you, believe it or not.
Really?
He says his goodbyes to everybody, gives you free reign of the house until you guys leave, and he goes to bed.
Well. Well, that was something. We have our skis,
yes.
Although I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I dreamt of your food. Your cooking is passable?
Thank you.
It's not the worst thing I've ever had.
Thank you.
I had another plate last night.
We won't be needing most of it. So eat as much as you want. I look over at Akis. Huh.
He's just shaking his head and his eyes are wide.
I eat some of the breakfast that Ben prepared.
Actually, really good.
I will leave the mush for him.
It would be like continental breakfast at a hotel. It's very nice.
Oh, good. What a good Airbnb.
You see a small sign in the window saying leave 5 stars.
Please. There's no one else here. Everyone else lives here.
I have to rent to my neighbor. Then I stay at his place.
We just swap Airbnbs.
No money is made.
God.
They rate the same. It's perfect. Perfect closed economy. Is there anything you would like to do this morning besides eat this nice breakfast?
There's nothing of value in this city, right?
Trusty D100 will solve everything. No.
I'm all prepared to leave if the two of you
are. I believe it's in our best interest to get out of here as soon as possible. Especially if we have to trek across the tundra. I don't want to get stuck.
I pull out the map that we have.
The map?
We have to travel a ways to get to the Great Tundra still. It took us about 4 days, 4.5 days maybe, to get to where we are now. So if we go directly north, the difficulty is that the Great Glacier was so massive. It could be just north anywhere in there. Or did I get an understanding of, like, generalized location of inside the Great Glacier?
Not a generalized area. You know it's up there, but not specifically where. Make a history check with disadvantage.
Uh, 21.
With your general knowledge and your historical evidence,
Yeah, roll 10.
Because giants are so much bigger than, like, humans. Like, a human is, like, 6 feet or whatever, right? And the giants are, like, 15, maybe. Human cities are expansive, and we consider them to be big. But giant cities have to be built for giant sizes. So they are incredibly big. Considering that this was the capital, you would wager that it would probably be very hard to miss it once you travel far enough north.
Well, right, but how big is the Great Glacier?
Huge. Like, it's gigantic.
It's the entire world in length,
yeah,
right?
It's huge. But the city is also gigantic, so, you'd have to be blind to miss it.
Wow. Okay. Damn. I'm just looking up at... Cause aren't storm giants, like, technically huge class? Like, aren't they, like, way bigger than 15 feet?
They're like 20-some feet, right?
Yeah, storm giants are the biggest ones.
Yes. So even bigger than that, the city would be...
That makes more sense
impossible.
than 15 feet tall. Because, I mean,
It would be
15 feet
impossible.
tall is, like... What?
Storm giants are 26 feet tall.
Big!
I mean, if the sun just goes out one day, it's probably because it's behind a building.
Probably because a storm giant decided that it needed to lower its pants for a few days. God damn.
Yikes.
That is substantially bigger than us.
Yes. So their houses would probably be about a third the size of this town.
Right. They're 5 times
Or
bigger than
100.
us, which means that their houses would have to be 5 times bigger than ours.
Yep. So, I mean, eventually, you
In
can just wander the
every
glacier and find
dimension.
something.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, at that point, that fills me to some degree. However, the winds are going to make it difficult to see anything.
The sun, man. If the sun goes out, you found something.
I suppose. Well, we still have to cross some land. So we have to cross the Spine of the World Mountains over here. So
you could make a survival check. The other two will as well.
Ooh. 18.
You would know that it would probably be easier to travel around them. Like, the mountains themselves are pretty treacherous as it is, and the higher up you go, the colder it gets. And because they are so treacherous that if you attempted to, you would struggle if even the slightest inconvenience happened.
Ugh. So we can either go around them. Going over them's not an option. Akis, is there a way through them by chance that you might recall? Or...
With advantage.
I suppose you might also know Kaelin as well, being part of the underground.
She might. In that case, I'll also roll for her. Kaelin kind of just, like, taps her chin a bit. I suppose it could be possible. I've never really come up here for anything. The Underdark runs everywhere.
I would like to fix a continuity error.
The Underdark does not run everywhere.
Well, no. Kaelin has been up here more than most, because in the last episode she says that she sails.
Right. More than most, but most never. So, once?
I suppose. She has sailed before. That's all that I
never had to use the tunnels. I suppose there could be a way through. I don't know what would be down there. It'd be very treacherous, I assume. And then Akis says, well, there was the old dwarven city up here in the mountains. Fell to, nothing good. Lots of bad things in there last time I heard. But that was from my dad when I was nothing but a sprout.
So then what do we want to do? Do we want to go around?
Going around would take the longest, but it would be the most safest. Safe being... You know what I mean.
Yeah. Alright, then yeah. I mean... How dangerous was it? Because this would shave off possibly a week.
If not more. Who are you asking that to specifically? Or just like both of them?
To Akis, because Akis was the one saying that there was an old dwarvish settlement up there.
Time to flip to the glossary. Look away. What's this? I think it was like an orc invasion force or something. I don't quite remember. You'd be surprised how easily it is to conquer a dwarf city once you cut their supply lines. Can't exactly grow a whole lot underground.
You don't just eat rocks. I'm sorry for the offense. I'm kidding.
How dare you? You
Team
absolutely.
Trifecta.
My fat page is like a sad flex.
Because the longer we wait, the more I fear that the fire giant lords are gonna get in resurrecting their old king. Because once that happens, everything that's down there is toast.
Well, Kaylin kind of like flips through like loose pages and stuff she has, like loose documents and whatever. Not even like really reading them, just kind of like for something to keep her mind busy. If we go the long way, we have less time to do whatever we need to do and get back. The way I see it is if we aren't up there and back before winter, we probably won't get back until spring, at least. And by that point, none of this will matter anymore.
Right, that's another big point. If we go around, then winter might hit early and make it even more difficult to go through the Great Glacier. We have to cut through. We have to.
You can see Akis kind of goes, I mean, I'm with you. Team Trifecta.
We can either... Because I have means of traveling by myself, as we have learned. An easy way would be going through it. Because if we go around, we spend both a week going around and then a week going around back.
And we have, you said, what, 2 months before winter rolls in?
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah. It ain't gonna cut it. More time we have up there to explore the glacier to find this last Storm King or whatever the fuck we're looking for.
And the sooner we get there, the warmer it'll be. Because we can get to those mountains probably in a day or two at most.
He's going to make another history check. Oh, well, going through would definitely cut off a good 4 or 5 days, depending on how fast we can get through there. I know for a fact that there is a... I'm not going to say causeway, because that ain't right. But there is a path from our side to the other side of the mountains.
Then yeah. That's our option. We go through it, and if by chance we find a way to clear it, then we have safe travel getting back as well. Under the assumption that we have to go back by foot.
Works. Don't really see any other options here. Unless you got some kind of fancy mumbo-jumbo spell to get us back real quick.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't have anything like that. I have to go over to cleric's 5th level spells because I don't have...
Pretty sure the answer is no.
I don't. I'm certain I do not. But,
Teleportation circle smile?
I don't think that's 5th. No. I could do something.
Blink all the way back?
Blink. Pfft. Who needs blink when you've got a god?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to
Raise-
call upon the faiths. The faiths.
The faiths, as in your singular faith, as in the Lady of Misfortune.
Well. Not necessarily the Lady of Misfortune anymore.
Oh.
But I'm going to go over to the game table sheet. Roll 1d100. No. It's a 65.
Not even close.
Not even close for divine intervention. Goodbye, daily use of divine intervention.
Might as well just cast it every day.
I mean, might as well. Like, I don't know if we'd be able to be teleported directly to the place, but at least having a clear path would be something. Well, shit. Well, we have our plan now. So let's take to that then. It's not going to be fun, but
Oh, come on, we're Team Trifecta.
right.
Kaylin just rolls her eyes. Alright, so. Unless there's any other planning that I need to be filled in on,
No.
you can begin your trek.
Is this the right song? Yeah.
Dramatic travel music, my god. I dig it. Already. So, you leave Ben's house. Camera pans back way up into the sky. Couple days pass. Camera zooms back in through the clouds. You see these three figures walking, not walking, sliding? Because you're wearing skis at this point, probably?
I mean, we're probably not wearing them yet. Like,
I
we
mean,
would
it's
wear
probably
them
not
for snow, yeah.
You're telling me there's not snow at the mountains.
It's still fall.
And?
We're at the base of the mountains.
You go far enough north, there's always snow. I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess.
Fight me on this, Minnesotan.
The best part is I could just fly. Like, I don't even need skis.
You
just
could.
hover.
Make an intelligence check, though. Just a straight, raw intelligence check.
Oh, wait. Metal getting cold is really bad.
Yup.
All
Especially
right,
when it has lots of moving parts.
Yeah, never mind. No wings on that part. Never mind.
You definitely could try. Might be more like a glider.
No, I'm good. Ooh, flight not an option, I see, for now. Well, normal. Can still cast fly.
It's so much better not using wings. So much more easy. So you make your way up to the spine of the World Mountains. You've been able to see them since you left Luskin. Like, they are extremely tall,
Mm-hmm.
and not like nice mountains, like very jagged, steep peaks, cut by wind, covered in snow. The vegetation eventually just dies out, and there's nothing living up here at all, other than like the odd game trail you see. You don't see any animals, but there must be something here. Wind is bad. Snow starts to pick up a little bit. As you get closer to the mountains, the sky is always overcast too, because they get caught on them. The clouds get caught on the mountains. Akis, a couple days into your travel, Akis kind of like looks around. He's like, "Well, we're close enough now. We should be able to see it, unless they hid the door."
Did they hide the door?
Make a perception check.
11.
You scan the mountains. Everybody scans the mountains, and you all come to the realization that they indeed locked the door, and it is hidden. Maybe I forgot to mention that dwarves are really private. Hide things, including doors to their cities.
Should have led with that.
Keys might be around here somewhere. All I'm saying, might not be a lost cause. Also, we could just find the door. Couldn't you just, like, fancy walk or whatever the fuck your magic is through the door? Couldn't you just make a door? Didn't you make a door in our door in the mountain?
Yeah. Do you know where the entrance is?
It's gotta be around here somewhere.
Because I can only make a door within 5 feet of a passage.
You might have to make a couple doors then.
I'm not going to blindly shoot a door 5 feet into a mountain.
Valid point.
Search around first.
I'm gonna go see if I can find some keys hidden under a rock or something. You know?
Is it difficult to find because there's, like, snow?
Snow probably doesn't help, but we're talking, like, the door is fully, like, turned into rock. Like, fully illusioned into rock.
Oh, turned into illusion? Oh, that's easy then. I can just ritual cast detect magic.
You spend, like, the better part of a day and a half till you eventually find this door. You, like, walk back and forth up and down the mountains till you find it.
No, I could just cast detect magic.
It's only like a 30-foot sight, though, is it not?
Oh.
Or is it up to sight?
I thought that it might be just 30 feet. Let me double check. But I thought it was only 30 feet if you're within range of it. Detect magic. It might be only 30 feet.
The presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
Alright, well, yeah, then that would make it fairly difficult.
A day and a half passes. And you do find this illusioned door. You, like, push yourself through the illusion because you know it's fake. And there is actually a locked door behind this illusion.
For fuck's sake. At least we found it. Jeez. It's a good thing I didn't waste my... Wait, it's divine intervention. It's been another day. I'm doing it. One of these times it's gonna work. I mean, it worked once, and that was incredible. Damn it, 51. Ooh.
You're getting closer.
There's a ghost in our house.
Cat's right there, so it's not Cato.
A ghost just opened the office door.
Oh, it's the spooky season. Oh.
Little did they know it was me this whole time.
I turn around and suddenly the doors just open. I just see my fiance in the kitchen. We're both just frozen looking at each other as the door fully swings open. It was closed, like the handle down, everything. There's a ghost. We found the illusionary wall, and then we found the fucking ghost opening the door.
Which one of your party mates is a ghost?
Eris.
Oh. Yikes. Spoilers!
I made myself sad with that one.
Oh. Almost as cold as she is in the grave.
Oh, what grave? She turned to dust.
Exactly. She's kind of just like scattered everywhere now over what's left Waterdeep.
God, awful. I poke my head out of the illusion and look at Akis and Kaelin. I finally found it. It's in here. Akis, did you find the keys?
He like rummages in his pocket and pulls out like this blue like kind of like tooth-shaped gem. Not like an actual tooth, but kind of like the tooth-esque. It's unimportant. It's a nice-looking gem.
Let me ask you a question. When did he find that key? Did he find it yesterday?
Pulls on his collar a little bit. I've found it under the rock, like I said I would.
Did you find it yesterday or today?
Yep.
This is important, Atkins, because I could have saved us a goddamn day if you had told me when you found this tea.
I found it today.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check with advantage.
20.
You do not believe our poor little dwarven boy.
Atkins, next time, tell me immediately. I could have skipped well over us having to waste an entire day.
Can do. You see, he also pulls out like this, kind of like this flat, round stone. You can see that's inscribed with like a weird sigil that you're not familiar with. It's in a language you don't understand. Also found this.
I will ritual cast comprehend language.
It is in like a forgotten dwarven language, like almost like Pig Latin for English, that kind of thing. And it literally just says key. I don't know what it says. I can't read it.
Just give me the
It's
rock.
It's not dwarvish. It's not giant. I don't know what the fuck this is.
It's dwarvish. You just
It's not
can't read.
dwarvish.
You just can't read. Give me the rock.
I can read dwarvish. This is not dwarvish. You throw the rock on the ground and it cracks. Here's your fucking key.
I mend it. I've got all the utility, damn it. You can't just stop me.
Does it again.
It's old dwarvish.
No such thing. It's only dwarvish. I would know. Not you. Not some folk who ain't dwarvish.
I ritual cast silence, and I just put it on the ground directly in front of us.
Just you don't hear him, but he's yelling at you until he walks out of the circle.
That's
But you
fine,
still
'cause we
can't hear him.
Yep, we can't hear him anyways.
Eventually, he just stops and just stands there calmly.
I go to the door. Now, what is locking this door? Is it like a round, spherical sort of thing? Can I put this rock in anything?
There does not appear to be any like immediate keyhole. The door itself is kind of just, it's very Art Deco, like kind of like the 1960s-esque vibe, or was it the 40s? Like the Great Gatsby-esque, like that kind of architecture style.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like all the lines and shit, but there is no keyhole, per se.
I will just try to open the door while I have the rock in my hand.
Make a strength check.
Oh. 9.
You're pushing on a mountain.
Alright, someone else try to open this door real quick. With this rock in your
Well, it's
hand.
very easy. Give me that rock there.
Give him a rock.
He just puts it in the door. Like he just holds it up to the door and it just like merges through it. Dwarven door magic. You never mind. You broke our last door.
Sounds like
this
old
door is better.
dwarvish to me.
He punches you in the knee.
It's because you're that short.
Fuck you.
Watch out, I'll fucking make a stone prison for you. I encapsulated somebody's entire lower half. It wouldn't be hard to do it to you, you 4-foot schmuck.
Sounds like fun. I like stone. I also like other things. winks at fucking Kalen. Kalen, like, looks confused. The illusion falls, the doors, like, swing inward slowly. You're assailed with this gust of, like, stale air and, like, really old rot. You can see there's this long, straight bridge that just extends into the darkness, and there are, like, very simple pillars every 50 feet to travel down this path.
Okay. What I'm going to do, Atkins, since this is your sort of terrain, I guess. Take the lead. I'll stand behind you. We all don't need any lights, as I bring down the goggles of night. We can just travel along, quiet as can be, and we'll be fine.
Fine, that works for me. I'll take the back. You two are expendable anyway.
I brush it off and I just push Atkins. No. Fuck no. I don't trust you with this.
Come on.
I mean, what are you going to accomplish in 5 minutes? Walking forward some? That's a pretty good stopping point.
Last time you gave me 5 minutes, I nearly derailed the campaign.
That is true. I don't remember what you did. What'd you do?
Was it hell related? I know it's happened once where you gave me 5 minutes and I was like, yes.
You killed Eris, I think. No.
Yeah. Well, I did that too. That happened.
No, because I needed time after you killed Eris. I think. I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it. Well.
We both agree, though, at some point I have almost fucked us over. Yes. Could happen again. Don't want to risk it? Don't want to give me another 5 minutes? No?
No,
That's
I'm
fine.
good.
That's fine. But yes, that is a much better stopping point as we venture into the Dwarven Pass.
Oh, God. If he had just shown me the key, I could have just scried the door. Would have saved an entire day.
He's a simple folk who doesn't know magic. I don't know what you want him to do.
We're Team Trifecta. We're supposed to know everything. Well, thank you for those who did come in. Looks like somebody's still here. Lurks, thank you for lurksing. Oh, I hope you enjoyed if you're still there. Oh. Well, this will go up on YouTube, split up into 2 different parts. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the very first stream for DoubleTime. This was fun to get back into. I've missed playing Anna. I've missed this campaign so much.
It's a lot of fun.
It's been so long. But, thank you, everyone. Thank you for those who came. And thank you for spending your time here listening to an absolute mess.
2 idiots who think they know stories.
And we will see you again on another DoubleTime.
Goodbye.